you've been following my channel for any length of time, you'll know that I lost my sight at 6 months old due to a combination of infections, measles being the primary one, and a super long virus called Cytomegalovirus being the secondary infection. Now, childhood measles in itself is not something to screw around with, and you should always get your child their scheduled measles vaccines. I was just too young to get mine. That's why I caught it. But the thing is that I've always wanted to know a little bit more about cytomegalovirus. A pediatrician that I talked to when I was younger told me that I was very, very lucky that I survived cytomegalovirus. The complications could have been a lot worse. And as I was doing my research, that definitely was backed up. Cytomegalovirus seems to be, from what I've read, part of the herpes family of viruses. And it's a virus that most humans actually carry dormantly. And if you're healthy, you're probably never going to experience an infection. And if you do, it's most likely going to be like a mild mono. But if you're not healthy, if you're immunocompromised from an organ transplant or stem cell transplant, bone marrow, stuff like that, or you are a child, a very young child, or if you happen, your mother, like if you're a fetus in utero and your mother contracts cytomegalovirus, then you are at severe risk for being very ill. Cytomegalovirus can kill if you are immunocompromised. And the complications, if you don't die, include hearing loss, vision loss, intellectual disabilities, heart failure, kidney failure, all that really fun stuff. Now, how is it transmitted? It is transmitted through bodily fluids, blood, semen, saliva, breast milk, tears even. It obviously, if you touch somebody that's infected and they're crying or whatever, and then you rub your face or whatever without washing your hands, that's how you're gonna contract it. You're not just going to contract it from being around somebody. You have to, it has to get inside you. It does cross the breast milk barrier, though. That's a scary thing. It also breaks the placental barrier. So congenital CMV is a problem, and that causes a whole new host of issues, including microcephaly, which is a smaller than normal head at birth. So that's terrifying. And luckily now there are antivirals that can treat these effects. If you need to go to hospital, there are antiviral treatments available now. When I was little, they put me on steroids, and they had to try to combat with steroids, and it just didn't work, and they had to take my eyes out of my head to stop the infection from spreading. And this is why it's super important to make sure that you follow your vaccine schedule for your kids, and that you follow proper hygiene when you're visiting young kids, because that primary infection can open you up to a whole host of other really nasty shit. And I consider myself supremely lucky that all I lost was my vision. And the fact that I lost my vision at such a young age, when I didn't have to relearn everything, I didn't have to relearn social cues, or I was still learning from scratch anyways. I consider myself extremely lucky to have gone blind when I did. But learning about this virus kind of makes me feel very lucky, and I just wanted to share what I learned with you guys and just drive that point home about follow your kids' vaccine schedule. It's not a scary thing. Thanks for listening. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.